Hey there, Sterile Processing Universe. I'm Brandon from Beyond Clean, and I want to welcome you to the Beyond Clean Mailbag Series video, where you put us on the spot with your questions. If you've got a question that you want us to answer, there's a few ways you can send it our way. You can send us a message to Facebook or Instagram using the handle @BeyondCleanPodcast. Or you can send us an email to info@beyondclean.net. If you want your question to be featured on a Mailbag Series video, make sure you type mailbag into the subject line of your email or into the body of the direct message on the social media platform. With all that said, let's get to this episode of Beyond Clean Mailbag. Hey there, Sterile Processing Universe. It's time for another mailbag question. Today's question is, do you have to document daily and weekly user cleaning and maintenance on equipment like washers, ultrasonics, and autoclaves? Lisa, do you want to take a stab at this question?
Sure. So I would recommend to first consult the IFU of the equipment and then back that up with the most current industry standards and guidelines. So I'll give you an example. You may have a wall washer that requires weekly descaling, but on a daily basis, you would follow the recommendations from the industry guidelines that state that every day that the cleaning equipment is used, verification testing for cleaning efficacy should be performed and documented. In addition, every day you would check the following. So every screen in the wall washer should be removed daily and cleaned. Every spray arm and nozzle in all the machines and all the manifolds, you verify that they are present, spin freely, are correctly aligned, and are not clogged. So these are just some examples of some daily quality checks that you would perform every day that the equipment is used.
Yeah, Lisa, you bring up a good point, and this is one of the frustrating challenges I think with IFUs is even though that is the first place that we turn people, it's often not sufficient to give you all the information that you need to be compliant, especially like for these other expectations for testing, for instance, that you lined out. So just be careful that you don't tell a surveyor, yeah, we're following specifically what our IFU says, but then your policies and procedures say that you also follow the AAMI guidelines as it pertains to quality in your department. And they open up that quality testing expectation and say, yeah, well, are you doing this? And you say, well, no, we're not doing that, but I didn't realize that was there. Or, then you have kind of that controversy and challenge between the best practice or the published guidelines, if you will, in the IFUs. And this is not the only place that challenge comes up, but I want to bring it up here, especially to say that. Now, I will add one more piece. I know it seems like a lot. Like when you look at all the equipment that's in your department, from the heat sealer all the way up, to the big autoclaves, to the washers, the cart washers, it seems like you got a lot of equipment, you got a lot of IFUs, you got a lot of quality documentation expectations. But I want to encourage you and also maybe challenge those entrepreneurs out there that there's probably a better way to document, a more streamlined way, an easier way to be consistent, to do it quickly, and still do everything that needs to be done, but not to take a lot of time and not get confusing for the staff. Was it done? Was it not done? Was it documented? Was it not documented? So just because today it's a challenge, I'm hopeful that tomorrow we're going to see some better solutions come out.
Yeah, and I know that documentation is one of those things that does seem like a bit of a time waste, but you have to think about this from the perspective of a surveyor. I mean, we've said this several times on the podcast, that as far as surveyors or regulatory bodies are concerned, if it's not documented, it never happened. And so you can't, when the Joint Commission comes in and says, how often do you descale your washer? You don't get to say, well, just trust me, we do it every week. That doesn't work. That they don't believe you. So, I know that documentation can be frustrating and annoying, and it seems like a complete waste of time, but it's critical to ensuring that processes are in fact being followed. So I get it, but don't hate it.
That's great. To Mike's point, when I first took over my last SPD, I looked at the cart washer and it was just packed with calcium just all over the nozzles and everything. And when I asked, when's the last time you cleaned this? And they said, oh, we clean this every week. And as I flake off the calcium, I'm like, I don't think that's true. But you're right. If it's not recorded, it never happened. And that's the way Joint Commission sees it, whether it's whether it's sterilization records, temperature and humidity. If it's not there, it didn't happen. And then it's going to be against you for patient safety concerns. So you got to make sure you're logging these, and you got to make sure that everyone can access these so they know when the next cycle of cleaning is going to occur. So it's a great point. Here at Beyond Clean, we are privileged to bring you excellent sterile processing content every single week. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future video, and hit that like button to let us know you appreciate the content. If you've thought of that question you want to send our way, here's the ways you can hit us up. Thanks for watching and spending time with us, and we'll catch you in the next video.